Welcome everybody to the Boy Wonder channel. Yeah, hope you guys had a great December, a great Christmas. I don't know why am I making this video? Oh, because I've currently got nothing to do. So I'm sitting because of load shedding. Great stuff, isn't it? Welcome to South Africa. For those of you who are not South African, load shedding is wait. Do I even need to explain it? Because I saw that Australia was doing it for a while. I think the UK might be looking at implementing it. So basically, it's power cuts, guys, where for a certain number of hours in the day, depending on your area, you don't have power during that time. Which, to actually, it hit me that in terms of like how crazy the problem actually is, I'm going to show you guys something pretty interesting. Uh, Take a lot most bought items over Christmas. Over Christmas, right? In South Africa. Take a lot's probably like it's the Amazon of South Africa, basically. I mean, you can still use Amazon even in South Africa, but Take a lot's a local brand. So they did a thing with macro, and then they looked at it. Look at the items that have been bought in South Africa. In South Africa, these are the items. Okay, let's have a look. Oh God, so much advertising. Sorry guys, I am not sponsored by any of these guys that you see over here. Alright. Take a lot of macro reveal best selling items over December holidays. December. Look at that picture. Look at that picture. Inverters, generators, Magneto. I'm thinking about the X-Men, but you know what I mean. Oh, look at Xbox. That's pretty cool. So, but let's look. Okay, so they've got a top 10 list. Magneto rechargeable light. Samsung 65-inch. Wow, motherfuckers actually got money buying TVs in December. PlayStation console, Xbox console, Hisense, Bennett Reed air fryer, Skywork TV, Ryobi generator, Camp Master briquettes, Crossley exercise books. Exercise book. Shout out to all you guys going back to school tomorrow. But yeah, look at that. People's spending habits have gone according to load shedding. That's crazy. That's how crazy load shedding is because I'm like, if these are the items, the top items that are coming up, where you're buying inverters, generators, rechargeable lights, you basically, are we just buying camping equipment? Because that's what it's like. You got no power. It's the same like you buying camping equipment. It's crazy. It's like, yo, and this government right now, I don't see them. Then the guy from Eskom, what was his name? I hate to write it. He left us. Andre Rate. They still got him listed as CEO of Eskom, but that nigga ran. That nigga was like, fuck it. I was like, okay, let's have a look what's going on there. Lawyers issue letter of demand to Eskom. Go down overload. Here's a question I have. Praveen Gordhan has been basically in charge of overseeing the whole situation for the past like 2 years now. How come this motherfucker hasn't been fired? He's clearly not been able to do anything with it. I don't know. There's like this weird euphoria people have around Praveen Gordhan and Cyril Ramaphosa, where they view them in this. I don't know. They're part of the same organization, eh? They're all part of the same fucking organization. If it's the Cyril Ramaphosa must quit over a load shed. What are you gonna do? Like that motherfucker just told Eskom postpone briefing, state affairs, as the appointment of a permanent Eskom CEO. Okay, I don't care if you appoint another guy. Do we actually have solutions? No, we don't. Alright, but let's have a look at Amazon most bought items over 2022. Let's see what they have. So we're gonna go over the holiday season. Yeah, let's look at that. Because they don't have load shedding issues, so what is on people's minds on that side? Oh my god. There's another thing you gotta put up with when it comes to load shedding. Your internet, super slow. That's if you even have any. You know what I mean? So, okay, table toys, in general. so they've got it listed, not the same way that we had it listed. But toys and games came out on top, followed by electronics, camera and photo stuff, pet supplies. Okay, so they've got it listed, and then video games. Toys, because Christmas is generally. Like I was saying to my neighbor the other day, is like you were saying he doesn't feel Christmas. I'm like, yeah, that's because you're an adult, dude. You know what I mean? It's not for you. It's for the kids. You know what I mean? So that's what it is right now. It's for the kids. Once you are past a certain age, Christmas is not for you. It's not for you. You just gotta put up with the fact that you're gonna come off some money for children, and it ain't gonna have nothing to do with you. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? And and it irritates me because I wanted to enjoy things like this year, CES 2023, for instance. This is the stuff that I really, really, really enjoy. You know, consumer electronics. So what can I do? I don't even want to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. There's like a whole bunch of videos online already to see what was going on over there. But this is where they basically review things like electric cars, TVs. Over the whole TVs thing, I've always wondered why in South Africa that's the thing.
Unbox the internet.
CES 2023 is the closest the show has been to quote-unquote normal since 2020, but this year's tech has been nothing short of extraordinary. From talking cars to translating glasses, here's the coolest stuff from the show. Will wireless TVs be the next big thing? Only time will tell, but they've certainly been popular on the show floor. We saw a whopping 97-inch wireless OLED TV from LG. So how exactly does it work? Well, to put it simply, it streams a signal from a box, which is also where you'd connect any devices. The box does have to be within 30 feet of the screen, and the TV's not truly wireless. It has a single power cord. I know, kind of disappointing, but LG did come up with a clever way of hiding it in the stand. The box can send a 4K signal at 120 Hz. However, for you gamers out there, we don't know much about input lag at this time. LG says the TV will arrive sometime in 2023, with pricing TBD. But the standard wired version of this model costs $25,000, so we know the wireless one won't be cheap. Now, if you're looking for a truly wireless OLED TV, we also saw a 55-inch model from a brand called Displace. It's powered by 4 hot swappable batteries that should give it about a day of use. It has a suction pump system that can attach to apparently nearly any surface. And like the LG model, it also streams from...
Now, here's the thing about this TV. I think it's amazing. The idea of a TV that can just be... You can just place it on, it's wireless, and you don't have to worry about plugging in, just the battery and stuff. I think it's amazing. Here's the problem. I live in South Africa. And if anybody is watching this here who lives in South Africa knows exactly what the problem is. And we got a bit of a crime problem. So imagine that's a TV you have, and you've just got it up, and then motherfuckers just break into your house. They don't even have to struggle anymore. They can just come up off that shit, off the wall, and your TV's gone. Your TV's just gone like that there. You know what I mean? It's great. It's great. It's great. You can make the room look really clean and tidy and stuff, but, oh my God, in this country, bam. And it's so sad to even say it like that, man. It hurts my heart. That's the way the conversation has to go, but it is what it is, man. Let's have a look at what's it. So is this BMW? No, it's not. What do we got here? Oh, it is a BMW. I saw that. iVision D.
Entire virtual world right at your fingertips.
Dee's e-ink grill animates to give her eyes, and she talks to you. She may be sassier than other digital assistants, but she really is happy to help. She'll study your driving and make useful suggestions. This makes sense since D stands for Digital Emotional Experience.
Oh, I remember this here. This was initially, I think it was one of their SUVs. They showed it, and they basically make it change color. It went from like a cream, a white, to like a dark beige black type situation. So they're figuring out how to, using technology, how to put the technology into the paint itself, where I'm not too sure if the car is actually a display itself. Are those screens displays, or is that the way they've been able to manipulate the paint to whatever color you want? But obviously I'm assuming there's going to be limitations as to what colors you can actually do it. So it's probably these are the easiest colors to manipulate currently. So I think
Exterior is made of 240 color-changing e-ink panels. And while her windshield may look bare, it's actually an AR display with 5 immersion levels for the driver. The AR in levels 1 through 4 gives useful info like speed and navigation details, but won't block the driver's view of the road. And level 5 is made for autonomous driving because it would...
Now here's the problem with this. That looks awesome, but we already have, in general, I think around the world, people not paying attention to the road because they're looking down at their phone. Women are doing makeup. I shouldn't say women because now it's all this non-binary stuff. People doing their makeup, people eating. Now you're throwing all this stuff up in front of them where they're going to be looking at all of that stuff, everything but the road. You know what I mean? So it's exciting, it's great technology, but I don't know, humans super adapted, unless you got like those self-driving cars now, so like you don't really have to pay attention. You kind of have to pay attention, so to speak, 20% at least. So it's exciting, but also at the same time you got to think like, these people that barely even pay attention as it is now, and there's nothing else going on, like they'd rather look down at their McDonald's than actually pay attention to the road. So
would definitely block the driver's view of the road. The virtual world consumes the windshield, so you can do things like look at digital environments or take a conference call instead of staring at traffic. We've seen devices that can flip, we've seen devices that can fold, but what about a device that can slide? And no, not like the Sidekick from the early 2000s. Let me explain. This is Samsung's Flex Hybrid concept. The screen not only unfolds, but slides to go from a 10.5 to 12.4 inch screen, aka the size of a tablet. I like how this concept imagines what foldable phones and tablets could look like as the line between them continues to blur. After all, phones just keep getting bigger and tablets just keep getting smaller.
Guys, tell me something. This whole folding phone thing, what's that all about? Like, do we really need the phone to fold per se? I mean, like, I know it's not new to me. You know what I mean? I'm old enough to remember when phones first came, flip phones, the Motorola V Razr, all of that stuff there. So all we've done is now we've just figured out is this the best use of OLED technology is what I'm asking, is to make a phone that folds. I don't get that hype. I mean, from a distance you're like, that's different, but like I don't get the hype of a phone that folds. You know what I mean? Like, just make it comfortable enough to just fit in the pocket without having to fold. I don't know how much screen protection it offers. I mean, it's more protected, yes, in a closed form. You know what I mean? But like all that wear and tear, opening, closing. I mean, like, just think about it honestly. How much are we opening our phones? Or you want to check your WhatsApp, or you want to check your Facebook, or you want to check your Instagram, or you want to check your Twitter. There's all these apps that are going to make you open and close your phone, open and close your phone. It's like, how many times can it go through that situation before it becomes, you know, that curve, that point over there, that wear and tear. That's what I want to know. I'd like to meet somebody who's had a phone for like at least a year, and see like what has happened. But if you guys know anybody in that situation, just drop me a comment, and you know what I mean. So, but I am going to attempt this year to actually maybe reach out to some people that probably have that type of phone, and maybe just review it and see, like, after actual wear and tear and usage in real world, you know what I mean. I'm not just going to speak to people that are like at the shop. I'm talking like real world usage and how those people are actually finding that phone.
This next appliance moves the party into the kitchen. It's the LG Mood Up refrigerator. It has a built-in Bluetooth speaker that can sync up with customizable color-changing LED backlit panels. Necessary? Definitely not. Fun? Sure. This appliance has some more practical features too.
Is this to make your fridge kind of turn up with you on a Friday night? You know what I mean? I could definitely see you put on some Armand van Buren in the background. I mean, come on, the fridge has got to play along, you know what I mean? You put on some David Guetta.
Which are the ones I'm most interested in. For example, if you leave the door open for too long, the panel will alert you. And the upper right panel can become transparent so you can view your groceries without letting cold air out. You can also set a sensor so the fridge glows at night. As an avid late night snacker, I really appreciate this feature. A cost for this fridge hasn't been made available, but it will probably have a hefty price tag. Another trend on the show floor was mixed reality devices. HTC's Vive XR Elite is a headset that aims to bridge the gap between VR and AR, blending the real world with the virtual. We're not seeing that perfect blend yet. It kind of just intersperses real-world elements with the VR experience. But its depth sensor makes...
Forgive me guys if y'all see me wiping up, it being load shedding, so no air conditioning, no fan, you know what I mean? So just forgive me if I look a little sweaty.
It capable of eventually giving us true mixed reality. So it'll be interesting to see how this product develops.
With this type of a product, right, I'm excited, but also I understand that we're seemingly quite not that far, but we're still a bit of a distance away. I want it to be, if you've ever watched that movie Ready Player One, that is what I want. I want Ready Player One, and unfortunately we're not there yet. You know what I mean? But I guess they're working towards it. They're working towards it, and it will get there eventually. But Ready Player One, that's the thing that I want. These other ones, they're cool and stuff, but like, I suppose they still gotta work on how it sits in your head, how heavy is it, how comfortable it is, and stuff like that. So I suppose maybe Ready Player One, like the movie makes it seem like they had it worked out and stuff like that there. But once you're in that territory, oh man, like I like, you already can't get people off their phones as it is in this modern day society. Can you imagine a person can actually submerge themselves into a totally almost realistic, maybe even realistic world? You know what I mean? Oh man, that's gonna be so cool. I'll be the first to admit, y'all ain't gonna see me. Y'all gonna find me that side of the planet. You probably like, somebody gonna come to my house, find me dead. You know that meme with the guy dead with yeah, that's gonna be me. I'll probably be eaten through a straw and shit like that, just so I don't have to leave that world.
CNET editor Scott Stein says it's relatively light and, quote, almost feels like a pair of glasses. It'll be available in February.
And I don't want these little thingies. I want the full suit. I want the full suit. I want the full experience. I want to be able to feel it. If I'm fighting in there and they hit me on my shoulder, I want to feel it. I want the full suit, man. Haptic feedback and everything.
February at $1,099. I also enjoyed learning about TCL's Ray Neo X2 AR concept glasses. They're relatively stylish for AR glasses and have full-color micro LED screens. But my favorite part is that
this is new. I'm not familiar with this. What's this all about?
TCL says they can do real-time language translation. How cool is that? And finally, what would CES be without laptops? This year we saw how laptops can get creative with their screen real estate. For instance, remember when 3D viewing required glasses? Asus is helping to make that a thing of the past. One of their upcoming ProArt laptops will have the first OLED screen capable of showing 3D images without having to use glasses. The display works in tandem with stereo eye tracking cameras that ensure what's on screen moves with your eyes. Pretty neat. And meet Lenovo's YogaBook 9i, which has two screens with lots of configuration flexibility. You can stack them vertically or side by side. The yoga in the name is starting to make sense, right? The yoga in the name is
That is crazy. I just wanted to look at that again because in my current, I'm not going to give the company away, where I do work, we work on dual screens. So like, we've been trying to get the company to basically get us laptops to make life a little bit easier and stuff like that. This is the laptop they need to get us. This is because we work on dual screens. This is the laptop that they need to get us. Highly unlikely, of course.
Nigga, no.
But man, look at that. That is so dope, man. That is so dope. Woo. That shit gonna come here to South Africa with our shitty economy. That shit gonna cost a ton. Cost a ton. I think that's something I'm gonna start looking at as well, and maybe do some reviews for you guys on that there, in terms of that. How much would it cost if you just went down to your Macro or your Dion Wired and bought like these high-end items like this, or if you actually had it shipped? Because I guarantee, like in some cases, it probably can work out somewhat cheaper, including the shipping. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times it's the shipping and the import taxes that they try to get you to sort of like deter you and stuff like that. But like, depending on the items, at certain times it can actually work out actually cheaper.
The yoga in the name is starting to make sense,
that's
right?
pretty much it.
This shape
Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Like, that's what I want. You know what I mean? CES and stuff like that. Those are things that I genuinely look forward to. But like, how does one look forward to things like this thing where all of that stuff requires power? You know what I mean? Now, granted that you might say that it's actually a bit of a waste of money as well. It was like, okay, cool, but like, what am I working? Whoa, I think just got a little bit shaky there for a moment. It's like, what am I working so hard for? I'm like, well, I'm working hard to get this money. What do I want to do with this money? Okay, I like stuff. I like gadgets. I'm a person. You know what I mean? People, oh, materialism. Oh, okay, kiss my ass. Okay, I want stuff as well, like every other person. But like, I can't get it, or even if you do want to get it, you got to think about the crime. This is all a circle that kind of holds us back as a nation, and the government needs to get their shit together. Power is an issue. Crime is an issue. Security, well, suppose crime, security, I'm talking about one and the same thing. Uh, Cost of fuel, cost of food, cost of, inflation. Everything is somehow designed to screw the ordinary, hardworking person. Unless you're politically connected, got friends in the government and all of that stuff, where you can get these contracts, and it's like, wow, you know what I mean? And a really good friend of mine is like, he just went and got his passport. Why is he getting his passport? Because he's really looking at like leaving, you know what I mean? And I think we all are in a way, you know what I mean? And it's not like you want to leave, you want to contribute at the end of the day. You really do want to contribute. We all want to contribute. But at some point, you say, I've had enough. I've really tried to contribute. Maybe it's better for me to take my set of skills and go plug into an already working situation, whereas trying to build a situation. Because as you're trying to build a situation, the situation's not working. It's not working with you. You know what I mean? And that can get really, really frustrating. But I don't want to turn this channel into something where I'm just going to be complaining. There's going to be a lot of other fun stuff that we're going to be getting into, looking at crazy things that are on the internet. Because that's what the beautiful thing about the internet is. There's lots of creative stuff. There's a lot of fun stuff. There's a lot of makes you think type stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank you for joining me on this first one, and it can only get better from here. So catch you on the next one, guys. Boy Wonder, Hannah.